At first blush, this looks like a not very complicated math problem. At second glance, people have trouble figuring out what to do first. I have no fewer than 3 ways to do this question. First of all, we're given the value of x, and then we're asked to find which of the answers would be equivalent to x times y. And when we take a quick look at the answers, for the most part, x is ignored. I can immediately eliminate answer A because we know that x is equal to yz. That means xy is not equal to yz. So immediately I can throw out answer A. And if I divide x by y, it's not going to equal yz. I think that's pretty clear as well. And finally, if I divide z by x, that would just equal y, so that one has to be wrong. But let's figure out how to do it. What I'm left with is answers that do not have x in it, in them. So, the equal sign in math is very, very powerful. It means x and yz are equal to each other. They're equivalent. That means if I have a question that contains x in it and I have answers that do not have x in it, I have a way of eliminating the x. These two are the same. They're equivalent. So when I plug in this value for x into the question, I'm left with yz times y, which is the equivalent of answer C. So the first method is to substitute. Substitute the value of x into the question, and it yields you answer C. Another method, which is popular to use on the SAT, is to create or to manufacture what is wanted. What is wanted here is xy. And we already know what the value of x is. And we are asked to find what the value of x times y is. And in order to get from x to x times y, what did I have to do? I had to multiply by y. When you have an equation, whatever you do on one side of the equation, and you do to the other side, and you still have an equation. In other words, if I have x equals y, then x plus 4 equals y plus 4. So if x equals yz, what does x times y equal? I'm multiplying this by y. I have to take the other side and also multiply by y. And again, I get the same answer, yz times y, or y squared z. Now the third method I have is efficient on many SAT questions that have more than one variable. It involves plugging in numbers. So I need to plug in a number for x such that I have a simple multiplication. Now x can be independent. One of the variables can be independent, but once you determine one variable, the other two have to fit the rules. So I'm going to pick an easy number for x6 that has 2 distinct factors. And I'm going to say y is 2 and z is 3, because I have to have y times z equal to 6. The next step when using this process is to figure out what the answer would be when you use those values. What is the value of x times y? You say, I want the answer to be 6 times 2, 12. And when you go to the answer choices, the only one that equals 12 is letter C, which is y squared, 2 times 2 is 4, times z, 3 makes 12. And just to show you that this method works, every time if you plug in the numbers correctly, I can also say 3 times 2 equals 6. Let's say y is 3 and z is 2. Now I want x times y to be 18. And once again, letter C fits that because y squared, 9 times z2 equals 18.